Ako Bulawayo kumqiniso ama-pothole maningi. Khaye ngikhuluma u11 lo George Stundi kakhona ugcwele khona siphatheni khona. Ugcwele ama-pothole kakhulu. Sikhulume ngo-12 Avenue Old Scotland Road siya into Waterford Maningland. Vele awuhambeki umgwaqo awuhambeki. Sihla ukhansela uthi igora ukuthi imali uyisa ngaphi. Bafaka inhlabathi izinto njengoba izulu liyana and ubuye udandi bagqiba inhlabathi uchaye ipothole zabo zodlezi phansi ngerim. So hayo bakhansela siyabacela ukuthi njengoba sabavotela and senzeni kuyiso ndami ngihamba ngefiti nalela and ngichaye ipothole ngingaboni libe le separation yabona okay imoto kamdala sayihlezi so ama-pothole agcwele sina ama-pothole sibili kuthi kumbe bengathola imali bedinge kumbe itha i-group 5 and uhlele 2 days singahambi lapha emgwaqweni vele njani and ulungisa umgwaqo lowo yitho esikhala ngako kuphela ama-pothole so izimoto ziyafa uma suspension wadani.
And welcome to Asake Online. My name is Lesley Moyo and the program is On the Pulse, where we focus on service delivery issues affecting Matabeleland. In this week's edition of the program, we focus on the state of roads in Bulawayo. Since the onset of the rainy season, most of the roads in the city have deteriorated, with potholes appearing in most of the major roads, putting the lives of motorists and the commuting public under threat. The Bulawayo City Council has been on record saying it is struggling to maintain the city's roads due to funding constraints, with over 60% of the city's 2,389-kilometer road network in a deplorable state. In his New Year's message, the Mayor, Councillor Solomon Mguni, said that the local authority needs a staggering $700 million United States dollars to maintain the roads. The big question is, where is the money going to come from, as the local authority is saddled with a $189 million debt owed by ratepayers, including government departments and the private sector, a situation which is negatively affecting service delivery. One of the sectors worst affected by the poor state of roads in the city is the public transport business. We went around the city and spoke to some commuter omnibus operators who appealed to the local authority to urgently attend to the roads.
Ungalingena liyadula ishop ipoto bese kafunqa imoto ilodini liyabulala futhi ku-suspension imoto uthi nxa uhambe sizwe zikhamkhale uthi gquqququ enziwa amapoto then okunye njalo ipoto liyadalela i-accident futhi ekulivikeni omnye umuntu ebekakwazi ukulivika sungathi uvika ipotolo isikhathi ugada istop songathi uvika ipotolo uchaye imoto esisayidini omunye umuntu ayakwazi ukusebenzisa imiri uchaye imoto esisayidini.
Kingehlala zemgwaqweni ama-potholes ngendlela agcwele khona uKami Road asavumi front suspension off ithali yaseparate hle kwesikhathi iduku aba lomnyama yinkinga esihlala ama-potholes ahlala kakhulu. Passenger insurance yadura okubi umthelo ngwawo vele wona usudura ngwawo akusahambelani le mali enziwa izimoto akusahambelani vele sincane kakhulu ipetrol angikhulumi into yabo petrol vele yadura uyakhona go uyethenga i-foreign currency yadura imali yangikhona.
So kodwa neliyabhadala ukhansili imigwaqo
akusabhadaleki akusabhadaleki ngibona ikho council sekwanisi like asakwanisi ngokuthi imali ayisabhadaleki yabo
ukhansili kwina ekusebenzele kakhulu
silungisele umgwaqo qala silungisele ube right umgwaqo
Ukuthi i-right but akalungisiswa ngihamba ukamero lapha too much ama-potholes ngazihambe etriloli la kule pothole engapheliyo khona apha etriloli kule pothole engapheliyo khona apha etown etriloli khona kule pothole engapheliyo ngathi kuhamba njani esithi council lethu umgaqo wakhona hamba ngapha ngoloze u-25 straight uhamba imani nje ama-pothole wodwa umgaqo wakhona ilungiswa I don't know why.
Some motorists have complained that the poor state of roads in the city has caused a lot of damage to their vehicles at a time when prices of vehicle parts are beyond the reach of many. We spoke to a city mechanic who explained some of the damages caused by potholes on vehicles.
Ama-potholes yabona abulala imoto like i-front suspension kakhulu yefa lamathaya into ezifayo zona lezo. Lanxa imoto lezi zizindala ukuthi maybe zibuya zingama-second hand but lifespan yabe ngasikho la strong ukuthi la ama-shocks akhona but umgwaqo yakhona ya-contribute ngoba ama-potholes akhona nxa nje especially izulu lisina so abevuleke kakhulu kuyabhenda into eziningi kakhulu lama-bearing konke kuyaba kuchaya yabo so inkinga yama-potholes ukuthi ngawo city council yazama ukuthi like phela pheja njengoba phela siyabhadala izinto lezi yabo umthelo kuyathelelwa kuyathatha imali zama-toll gates imali zakhona ukuthi ziya ngapha akula zakudevelophe next lapha safithi sifika lapha kuqaliseni la akuphejwa yabo city council ihambe pheja etara kathesi angikwazi mbe how many years akusaphejwa lokhona ukuthi abiyethela inhlabathi ngekuthi nje maybe inqenye lani lichaphe ngcono ngelo zero inhlabathi kumele lizigebhele lina lifake izitina ukuze kube right kube ngconywana but into ehluphayo like ama-potholes ezimotweni zabanikazi ama-customer like imoto ezichovayo even ezama-private ngoba omunye umuntu abe ngalibona i-pothole especially izulu nqalisini kuyangena phakathi yabo yi-problem ama-potholes.
Mr. Kumbulani Maphosa, a local resident and a prominent social activist, says that the local authority needs to overhaul the entire road network as most of the roads have outlived their lifespan.
I think we have two issues with the roads. Number one, before the onset of this rainy season that we're experiencing, we were already having potholes on most of our major roads. And it was unfortunate that our city council was taking long to patch or fix some of the potholes or some of the damages on the roads. I'll give you an example. If you are using Kami Road, just soon after from Hyper, there is Zesa and then there is the drill wall. Behind drill wall, before Patch Street, there used to be a pothole there. I think it was because of there was water that was gushing out. Maybe it was because of a water leakage. That stayed for close to 3 to 4 weeks without it being fixed. So, and that's just an example of what we have seen. But it happens also, especially in the western suburbs, we see a lot of that. Then the second scenario is what rain has entailed because of the onset of the rain season. And this has been happening over the past, I have observed it over the past 3 or 4 years. Whenever we have persistent rains, maybe for a period of a week or so, what you then discover is that most of our roads, even these, what we call our major roads, like your Luveve Road, your Kami Road, your Old Kami Road, and the like, they then develop cluster of potholes all over. And those potholes develop within a space of a day or two. Sometimes you drive in the morning, they are not there. When you come in the evening, they are there, which already shows us that our roads are already damaged. Our roads are used up. Our roads, our tarmac roads are very weak. And then that's why this is the scenario that is pertaining. But previous years, with the previous rain season, when that happens, then the council patches the road. But it doesn't then fix because you find that it always becomes a problem. I'll give you examples again of Kami Road. You know, when you use Kami Road towards the flyover, just after the Dongrove 10 there, you find that in that cave, there's just a cluster of potholes for a distance of about 20 or 50 meters. It has always been like that every year in that cave. So what then says that is that the road is already damaged, the road is already dead. So we need to really get a new tarmac altogether. I think the honest truth is that Bulawayo City Council may not have the money. That way, I think I may agree that they may not have the money, but there are means for them to get money. If, for instance, this council came in 2018, so they've had it's now close to 2 years of trying to get the money, but they failed. Why I'm saying that is that they should have been the most vocal people agitating for devolution of power. They should have been the most vocal people, even if it did not get blanket devolution. There are certain issues that we should have devolved. For instance, imitelo yezimota, you know, we pay that every quarter. The council should have agitated that, devolved that, because it was once in the council's hands. It should have been devolved by now, and then council will be collecting the money. They will have generated the money. I know there is this argument that it's connected by Zinara, and then Zinara will remit to council. But we know that technically. So Zinara yosutayo in the process. So the council should have been agitating for this for the past 1.5 or so years of their term of office. I'm sure by now they could have gotten something of value, of near value, that could have helped them to achieve that goal. But currently they don't have the money, but they have means of getting the money if they could agitate for devolution of power. I think in the meantime, I could suggest 3 possible situations or 3 possible solutions. The first one is to say, let's look at the spending that we incur if we contract, maybe let's say private companies to fix our roads versus council fixing the roads. Because council already have the technology, have the manpower. They should fix the roads. We have seen some of these roads being fixed by private players. They should actually be council doing that job. In that manner, they serve the money and they fix more in terms of distance that is fixed. That's the first thing. The second thing, I think council needs to be engaging government. Even before the devolution of Imtelo Yezimota, they should be engaging Zinara, for instance, to say, please release the monies on time. And then they target those roads that are problematic roads. Then the third thing could be the issue of private and public partnerships. I'm sure if we explore, we're likely to get private-public partnerships that can help us, not all the roads, some of the roads. So you are using a mixed bag of ideas or a mixed bag of approaches to eventually fix the roads and get the roads attended to. But then on the fourth thing, we need to develop, City Council need to be innovative. I'm sure if they engage institutions of science and technology around and young people around, it's easy. The young people are developing applications every day. City Council needs to develop an app immediately, which is a simple user kind of app, where even an ordinary citizen can have that app on their phone, see a pothole, take its picture and upload it into that app. The moment you upload it into the app, the City Council will then be seeing where the pothole is. Then it then can help them to detect problematic areas or the roads that need immediate attention. And then in that way, then you can cluster or map your roads and say, this is where we need immediate attention, this is where we need, and then this is the approach that we'll use in this area, and this is the approach that we'll use in this area. But definitely roads that are like major roads, like your Kami Road, your Luveve Road, you know, your Plumtree Road up to Bellevue up there, and then you are taking Masie Pambili, for instance. These are some of the major roads that we have, which have huge traffic, needs to be prioritized first, because we are having a number of accidents, and we'll have a number of accidents because of those roads. The first role of the resident is to pay the rates. As the residents, we need to encourage each other to pay the rates, because that's where our local authority will get the money. So the residents need to pay the rates. Number two, the residents need to identify these potholes and assure City Council. There are many ways of doing that. The other means is the call center. Some of the means is when residents agitate, because sometimes council takes long just to respond. I remember the previous year, me and my friends began a campaign where we planted grass on some of the potholes in the major roads, and council responded in about 3 or 4 days. You know, but this is something that has taken weeks and there was no response. Even just to push for a statement, sometimes what residents need is just a statement, or just a sentiment from council to say this is the pertaining scenario and these are our plans. So residents need to push for that so that eventually they get quality service. But definitely to pay the rates is the #1 thing that the residents need to do. And also, I think a responsible resident is to say where we can, let's fill up the potholes. Some of the potholes in our communities can be filled up with shovels and gravel. Let's just take a time, even on a weekend. Let's wise up and go in there and just, it will not take more than 30 minutes. Let's just fill up the potholes, because it's our cars that are being damaged, #1. #2, it is our lives that are at risk, because when these cars evade the potholes, we are risking our own lives. So we need, if the council is taking time to act, let's act, but let's not damage the road. Let's act to fix the problem, and then at least from that manner we will realize that we will have maybe a better service, or protect our rights and our lives.
We've come to the end of our program. Do join us again next week for yet another edition of On the Pulse. Don't forget to follow us on social media platforms. Our Facebook page is SiteZW. We're also available on Twitter. Our handle is @SiteZW. Visit our website, site.org.zw. My name is Lesley Moyo. Let's meet again next week.